One lesson that I need to learn is that just because you want to do something a particular way doesn't mean that you have to withhold yourself from whatever. Here's what I'm saying, man. Oh man, I'm gonna say some shit because we all have problems in the world right now, and the internet is getting weird, man. Uh, this is what I'm learning about the game. And when I say the game, I mean the dating game. This is what I'm learning, man, because a lot of niggas online is calling other niggas simps. And, there's this whole dichotomy between alpha male and beta male. And, I tried to do another video in the past about it, but it just didn't come out right. Well, it did, but it's not what I wanted it to be. But here we go, man. I was watching a video that Elliot Hulse did where he was telling an older lady, by his estimation, that she should withhold sex so that she can get a guy to want to be with her. Because she asked, why can't I get a guy to, commit to me? And Elliot Hulse brought out that whole why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free. And he goes into it very well. As a matter of fact, I will, of course, link his video at the bottom so you can see it. So you can see what he's saying. And what I'm learning about the game is that that's terrible advice. I won't get into what I know about the game as much as just what I want to say right now, which is sex is level 1 for guys, man. Sex is level 1. It's so sad. We really don't need to know anything about you. We don't need to know anything. A pretty face or a fuckable face at that is all we need. And we're already so interested that we want to stop whatever it is that we're doing to lay with you. But that's the problem. That's the problem. When I was coming up, I was told the same thing as everybody else who grew up in the church. You wait until you're married to have sex. Premarital sex is bad because God says so, or whatever the fuck. Right? And the problem with church and male and female relationships is that there is no game at all. As a man, you don't ever learn what it takes to attract a woman at all. You just don't know. And you take for granted the relationship that your pastor has with his first lady, if he has a first lady. You don't really pay attention to them because you're just trying to get the fuck out of church. You're not worried about people. But even then, you don't really know what to say about that other than whenever there's like a women's day or whatever, your pastor will say the corniest shit that you ever heard in your life to introduce his first lady, whether she's going to make a presentation or she's just fucking sitting there and he just wants the church to get all weird. Either way, you don't learn anything about women other than if you want to have sex with them, you should marry them. Here's the problem. I just want to get straight to it, man. Let's just get straight to it because I do a lot of over talking because I want to like set shit up. What makes the attraction to a woman special is that you're supposed to be so on your shit that you're never even supposed to give a fuck about her in the first place. Jesus never got married. Jesus never got married. You wanna know why? Because that nigga was on a mission. That nigga wasn't even thinking about bitches. The Bible can't even tell you a time where he even like looked a chick up and down and thought, maybe. Like no. Like he wasn't on that at all. Niggas want to talk about they want to be like Christ, but you steady chasing bitches across the street. That's not happening. People want to be like Jesus until it's time to be like Jesus, bro. But that's a whole other video. Sex is level 1. You know what's funny about that whole cow when you can get the milk for free? We're calling the bitch a cow. That's why females get upset when you try to tell them a story, but they're trying to correlate the story to themselves. Is because it's a stupid fucking story. You're calling me a cow? You want to say no, but yeah, you're calling the bitch a cow. That can be bought. Fuck buying it. How about the fact, sex is complicated because we don't come in women. That's why it's complicated. The easiest solution to solve all of the world's sex problems is stop pulling your dick out when you come inside of a woman. How about that? How about the fact that you know for a fact that when you have sex with a woman, you're going to get her pregnant unless you take several precautions that take you out of your animalistic instinct and make you this weird ass nigga. People would act very differently. This world would be very different if we didn't do goofy shit for our egos. The way that I see it, this is how it's supposed to go. I'm supposed to fuck you. First of all, I'm just supposed to be surviving. If we just gonna think on on some caveman shit, it's just supposed to be I'm out here surviving. I'm not thinking about women right now, but I come across a chick and she's pretty and hooga booga, fuck now, and and if she's digging it, then yeah, we have sex now. And because she is going to get attached, she's going to follow me around. So now I have to protect the both of us. And then all of a sudden, she's going to slow down because pregnancy is going to slow her down. Now I got to worry about this bitch. Like, come on, it's raining and shit. And she's like, oh, but I'm not feeling so well. So, fuck, I got to go get like some leaves or something. I got to get like a rock. I got to put it over her head or whatever. Like, you got to build shelter around her now because otherwise, if you was just by yourself, you could just run to like the nearest cave or whatever. Women slow niggas down, bro. And that's why you got a bunch of angry dudes. There's a lot of angry dudes on YouTube too, talking some dumb shit because a bitch broke their heart. Ain't nobody break your heart. Your expectations were too high. Because the church tells us that the expectation should be marriage. No, you don't marry. Look, listen. Simply, if we're going to talk this whole cow but milk for free type shit, yes, you're a fucking cow. And I'm buying you because you're a good commodity to my business, but not because I like your personality as a cow. You're a fucking cow. Oh, but I'm so much more than a cow. Oh, okay. Oh, you're a talking cow. That's great, sweetie. I'm glad you're a talking cow. Where's my fucking milk? I need some hide. But it's not that I don't appreciate you. I fucking bought you. You're worth a lot of money. Yeah, I bought you because you're a valuable cow. Women want to know how to keep men. You do what the fuck the man tells you to do. That's how you keep them. Keep. in quotations, because you're not keeping anything. You're sticking around. That's the problem, though. There aren't enough men who have a purpose much greater than themselves because all they look forward to is sex. You don't want that guy. That's the nigga you don't want. You don't want the guy that has nothing else going for him. Either he has nothing else going for him, that all he wants is sex, or he has everything in the world going for him, but sex is the most important to him. You don't want that guy. You want the guy who has sex with you, understands what he did, and sees you as his responsibility. You want that. Because he's not supposed to give a fuck about you in the first place. He's supposed to be so on his mission that he's not even thinking about you. And imagine being so beautiful as a woman that a very successful man stops what he's doing and looks at you and goes, damn. Imagine that. But it's lost now. It's not that special anymore. It's not special for a very successful man to see a woman and think, whoa, let me chill and let me see what she's about. What is she doing? How can I get her on my team? I'm learning game, man. I'm learning so much game. And what I'm realizing about learning the game is that there's so many things you have to think about. Because the thing that I want to do, I have to make sure that you're not offended. Because you want to be more than your vagina. And you only want to be more than your vagina to protect yourself from dudes who only want you for your vagina. Women aren't being taught to look for men that truly desire them beyond pussy. And it's because of the misconception of marriage. We use marriage wrong. Marriage isn't supposed to be about two friends getting together. That happens to happen. That's where the magic actually is. But other than that, marriage is a business. Marriage is a man realizing that the woman that he fucked initially is actually, she's different. She's actually more than what I thought she was. It's the realization. That shouldn't be what he's going for. But we don't live in those kind of times anymore. We live in a time where the men of today are being taken care of by men stronger than them. That's why you see a lot of niggas in the street bitching and complaining about the government, because the niggas that's supposed to take care of them ain't taking care of them. So they don't know what to do, because no man is ever taught to be self-sufficient. So now you got all these women looking at all these fuckboys like, what? Why do they only want me for my vagina? Because they're not being taught anything else. If anything, that's all they're being taught. All they're being taught is, okay, you want her vagina, but she respects herself. So how can you move in such a way that she gives you what you want? And that's not fair to the game I'm actually learning. But I understand that a lot of dudes out here, they live in this society and they have the luxury of only caring about your vagina and not about their success as a man at all. They have the luxury of that. We can't focus on things greater than ourselves when we're already being taken care of. We're consumers. Anything that somebody has accomplished, we can buy our way into being within proxy of that. We're not taught how to make cars. We're taught how to buy cars. We're not taught how to build houses. We're taught how to buy houses. We're not even taught how to buy houses. We're not taught a lot of things that actually need to be taught and not just assumed because people do it. I think that's all I got, man. That's what I was ranting to myself about for a while now, and yesterday. I just knew this is something that I wanted to say, but I wanted to like piece it together all nice and good, and fuck all that, man. There are more reasons why I haven't posted in so long, but um, nah, man. Niggas need to know that. Men need to focus on themselves to the point of ignoring women entirely. Don't worry about women. Don't worry about that shit at all. And women need to look for good men and not get so upset when somebody doesn't want them. I think it's bad advice for women to withhold sex because you don't get it. You don't get that when you do that. Even a respectable man will feel some type of way that you're trying to take control of the situation because you're not supposed to. Just think about it like this. All he wanted was some vagina. And you go, no, you have to marry me first. I don't care who the fuck he is. In his brain, even if it's for a split second, he goes, who the fuck are you to withhold your vagina like it's anything better than any other woman's vagina? And that's when you hit him with the, well, I go to the University of this, and I'm a psychologist, and I'm a bud. He doesn't care about that. That's cool. That's cool. It's really cool. It is. But honestly, I think women pursue a lot of this shit because they're bored. I think they're bored and they're tired of feeling worthless. That's another thing. They don't want to feel worthless anymore because we used to treat you guys like shit, but it was for a purpose. It was because we were innovating all of the shit. We were doing everything. And women had specific roles. And it was fine at one point. And I don't know my history well, but something happened and women had the luxury to be able to pursue things. Not to mention we went to war and left you guys alone for a really long time, so you guys had to work. And then you guys realized, oh, working is actually pretty cool. And then all the men came back and then we kicked y'all out and y'all didn't like that. Maybe that's what happened. I mean, all that baby boomer shit, a lot of women that were forced into those mother roles really didn't want to be there. Everything was cool when the women were working while men were off to war. And then they tried to get back into it and then realized you can't really do both like that. And a bunch of these niggas that went to war, they not gonna come back and hear lip from their wife about, I'm a businesswoman now. Bitch, if you don't get into the kitchen. Shit happened. I know that shit happened, and that's why we have these issues right now. But I mean, it's because we have the luxury to think too hard about this shit. We have it's a luxury. And I feel bad for women. I really do. Because I want them to win. But I'm learning game, and the shit that I'm learning is that it's okay. You're not just worth your vagina. A lot of nice dudes really value women a lot. As a matter of fact, that's why a lot of niggas get hurt. I'm also learning that that's why a lot of single mothers are the way that they are, because the dude that they were with wanted to be with them, but something happened between them, and whoever the dude was had to make a decision whether he was going to stay for the good of his kids or go and just seek happiness. And a lot of niggas wanted to seek happiness because the weight of the decision to stay for the sake of the kids in spite of a woman that they're not attracted to anymore at all is too painful. We get these bummy ass kids as a result, but that's because these niggas weren't taught to value anything more than vagina. It's an issue on both sides, man. And it's not women's fault at all. I want to make that clear. It's not women's fault at all. It's the men who are supposed to be educating the women about how things are supposed to go. That's why we have problems. We wouldn't have problems if we were educated properly. We're not being educated properly. You can't be educated properly in a consumerist society where you can buy your way to success before you ever create it for yourself. And women are suffering the most because they're living lies that men create for them. They have to believe they're more than their vagina, because look at the men who treat them the way that they do.